All right, we have some breaking inputs coming in. Republic has exclusive details of the Navlakha and ISI link. NIA has information that FAI could be funding Navlakha's US visits. Remember, NIA claimed that Navlakha was in touch with ISI agent Ghulam Nabi FAI, who was arrested by the FBI way back in 2011. Let's go across to my colleague Shravan Sen now joining us with more on this. Shravan, you have accessed, in fact, Republic has accessed exclusive details of Navlakha and the ISI link. Please share more details.
Well, in fact, Richard, there are about 5 trips that were actually made by Gautam Navlakha in the year. It started from sometime in the year 1977, but the recent few trips that have actually taken place and the details which I'll also put out, some of them were actually funded by this Pakistani ISI agent called Ghulam Nabi FAI, a man who was convicted on charges of felony. And the fact of the matter is that he was the same person who got Gautam Navlakha introduced to an ISI general. It just does not end there. There was a meeting that was actually took place in a popular hotel in the United States of America where an ISI general had actually visited Gautam Navlakha, and it just does not end there. We are being told that there was another meeting that actually took place. This was in the month of March in the year 2011 when Gautam Navlakha had visited New York for a conference. Now, during that very period, we're given to understand that a meeting actually took place, and this was once again arranged by Ghulam Nabi FAI, and this meeting was with a Pakistani ambassador. So it just does not end here. The court order that has basically been accessed by Republic TV, in that there is a clear mention of the fact that you have Gautam Navlakha, who was actually recruited by the Pakistan's ISI. Now, this is exactly what I'm quoting. I also put out details of the various trips that were actually taking place. In the year 1977, for 25 days, Gautam Navlakha visited United States of America as a tourist. Then, in the year 1997 and 1998, he visited Houston for a business purpose. In 2009, there was another visit that took place. In the year 2011, for 15 days, he was invited by the University of Pennsylvania for a conference for about 2 days. In the year 2014, he went in as a tourist. Now, here, all these visits have basically come under the scan of the National Investigation Agency, primarily because they suspect that some of these trips were essentially funded by Pakistan's ISI, and some of these trips were purely funded through an ISI agent named Ghulam Nabi FAI.
In fact, this not just Shravan establishes a direct link with the ISI, but also in a way highlighting the fact as to how Navlakha's trips to US might be funded by them as well.
Well, in fact, a man who's basically been championing human rights causes, that's what he's been talking about. But he goes to United States of America in Pakistan's money and then basically abuses the Indian government. Well, it just does not end here. It is also abusing the people of this very country, because at the end of the day, he's playing to the hands of Pakistan's ISI. And this is something that perhaps not just the Indian investigative agencies are saying. This is what the US authorities, in fact, the US court order clearly makes a mention of the fact that Ghulam Nabi FAI had actually recruited Gautam Navlakha and had also introduced him to an ISI general. The meeting has been documented in a US court order which has now been accessed by Republic TV, and we are also putting out details of the various trips that were basically made to the United States of America, all of them on the pretext of some conference or some other seminar. But at the end of the day, all of them have now basically come under the scanner of the investigative agencies, primarily because of one factor. The very fact that these were being funded by Pakistan becomes extremely crucial.